What's up, everyone? Just going over some weekly outlook before CPI. Yesterday being No News Monday, and the day before CPI. As I already mentioned in the Discord, there was no need to be trading yesterday. Um, I know a lot of people that did trade yesterday. They didn't really get any entries. Even though they might have had the bias, the price action just could not have been expected to do well yesterday. So days like that, you should just avoid to preserve your mental capital for days like today after CPI. Anyways, let's go over the bias and my reasoning why. Um, so basically last week on the 4 hour chart, I mentioned that we swept all these low resistance liquidity lows, like a pool of liquidity here, inside of this 4 hour fair value gap, and that because we're at all-time highs, it actually did make sense for us to just keep going higher to all-time highs, because that's just what price does at all-time highs. It goes up. Um, Now, to me, it doesn't really make much sense for us to go all the way up here and then, even invalidate this last 1 hour fair value gap just to go back down. So I'm expecting all-time high target. Um, there are some areas you could look for longs at. One of them being right here in this 1 hour fair value gap. So either perhaps CPI manipulates lower, takes out this low, and we get a immediate swoop reaction to go higher, or perhaps it goes even lower inside of this 1 hour fair value gap and discount. The reason why I like this one way more for longs is because it is also aligned with a daily fair value gap right here, as well as a weekly order block. So it would kind of just have to retrace slightly into it, hit this um hit this 1 hour fair value gap, and you would be kind of inside of this weekly order block as well. So just multiple confluences for longs there. Um and yeah, right now on the 15-minute and lower, there's really not much point to look at that, because before CPI, it's just going to be consolidating and creating liquidity. So right here, we just see it, create a liquidity pool. Right here, we just see it create a liquidity pool. And basically, it's just so that whatever way CPI candle wants to go, it'll just be easier for it to do that, because there's so much liquidity already generated. And I can definitely see it, if it goes lower, to go through these lows as well, into this fair value gap. And here's where I would like to look for support to go higher. If, however, the CPI candle just pumps, I mean, I might want to look for a closure above this 1 hour fair value gap here. If that happens, I might look for longs from within this inverse fair value gap, with targets being this internal high and the next target being all-time high for runners. But yeah, besides that, there's not much to say, I guess, for this week. If we take out the all-time highs and we start consolidating, the rest of the week might not be so good. If we start going higher, there's not really any targets to look for, so I wouldn't know what to target. So I would just need to see a lot more structure to go for longs again, if once we take out the all-time highs. If we get an immediate reversal, maybe look for price to go towards this daily plus 1 hour fair value gap down here in discount. If that invalidates, I would switch my bias to bearish, being bearish. But until then, I would just stay bullish, and I would not really look for any shorts. And I guess that's it for the week. That's all I see for now. If there are any new insights I see, I'll post them on the daily analysis channel in the Discord. Link is in the description. And of course, if this helps, like and subscribe and behave this week. Use good risk management. You'll do good. Cheers.